Members of the Fly Music Society, welcome back to the channel. So I'm doing a kind of a late night recording session today so I can catch up with everything going on the channel. I'm so excited for this one. I'm not going to have a long intro. I've been wanting to get to this one. There's been a lot of people excited for me to get to this one. We are going to be reacting to Fingers Live for HungerTV by Chinchilla. I've been wanting to see some solo Chinchilla. The stuff she's done with Ren has been incredible, and I'm excited to kind of see the overall, I guess, range of her voice. Before we get into it real quick, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. It helps the channel out a lot. Members are live in my channel. You can get things such as exclusive peeks to my videos, exclusive access to certain videos specifically made for members. You can get early access to videos like this one. You can also get cool perks like member shoutouts, early access to the comment section of all my videos. All these great features you can get access to as a member. If you prefer not to give YouTube your money, you can go ahead and go over to my Patreon and support me that way. Again, none of this is required or expected, but it does help the channel out a lot, so I do appreciate that. I'm excited to get into this, and I've heard that it's pretty incredible, so let's see if it lives up to the hype.
Probably saw me let go, panicked and you said hello, swallowing the words you say. You know I'm not okay.
All right, first thing I want to say is that the tone that she uses in her voice is so clean, it's so crisp. I'm noticing in this song so far already, she has a lot, like, really, it's really breathy. She's kind of collapsing the air at the end of a lot of her words.
Panicked and you said hello, swallowing the words you say. You know I'm not okay. But let me tell her I ain't cold. Now you're coming back for more. You know me, you know I can't.
There's gonna be I'm gonna fair warning for you guys that don't like people who stop it. I'm gonna be stopping it a lot because there's a lot. So she had her normal crisp tone there at the beginning, but then she kind of changed to a more like darker, almost like she's singing like this type of thing that she moved to right there.
But let me tell her I ain't cold. Now you're coming back for more. You know me, you know I can't.
I like that outfit.
But scars will never fade, so meet me 2 o'clock, the same as always, favorite spot. And one by one I'll cut your fingers clean off.
Whoa.
So you can never.
Okay, hold on. So one of the things I've said this before that I love about Chinchilla is how she gets into her performances. She's always very physical in her performances. She uses her hands a lot to express emotion. She's doing it here, but also the way she's using her voice for percussion, right? There's no drums. It's just her and the piano, which, by the way, I love songs like that. Very simple, and the piano can always sound beautiful if you play it right. The way she's using her voice to kind of quickly stop, you know, the words she's singing.
When I'll
Cut
your
fingers, like she's basically using her voice to create a beat, right? Very cool. I haven't heard the recorded version, if there even is a recorded version of this, but I don't know if that is artistically part of the song or if she's just doing this for the live version. Really cool though, really cool aspect.
fingers clean off, so you can never pull me down. One by one, I'll box them up.
Right, again, she's cutting off the air at the end of every word, right? I'll cut. It sounds like she's breathing out, but really what she's doing is she's cutting the air off. Again, I think that's an accidental thing, and it's just her getting into the performance, but it's just another dynamic to her voice that's really cool, really artistic.
Up, scream, murder.
Ooh.
No, you can never hurt
Man, I don't want to stop it this much. So she's kind of going using that breathy, very subtle voice, and she goes into her basically her belting voice. Murder.
them up, scream murder. No, you can never hurt no one.
One little slide there.
So tell me where you're gone, and tell me is the fun gone? Whoa, maybe I should shed a tear, 'cause this was me last year. So mean me late at night.
So clean. Her voice is so clean.
Here's us, I won't bite, and one by one I'll cut your fingers clean off.
Clean up. So she sings that whole spot in her head voice, but that last off is from head voice all the way up to from chest voice all the way up to head voice. So she's singing the entire thing in her chest voice, and that last word off is chest voice all the way up to head voice, which is very difficult. Again, I think this is part of her feeling the song, feeling the moment, which I prefer, to be honest with you, is when artists and singers play and sing with emotion as opposed to trying to be perfect with the tone and the pitch and all of that stuff. Music should be about emotion. And I really love that about Chinchilla. Every performance I've seen, she's been doing that.
Off, so you can never pull me down. One by one, I'll box them up, scream murder. So you can
I like that
never
growl.
hurt no
Murder.
murder. So you can never hurt no one.
Her whole body is getting into this performance. You see her, when she does the slide down, her whole body slides down. I feel like I need to lift my desk for this one, so I'm gonna stand with her and get into this with her. I feel like something crazy is about to happen, so let's get it.
So you can never hurt no one. Hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn.
Okay. Hold up. What just happened? I want to say, those slides, first of all, are very difficult to do no matter what. There's something that can't be replicated and you can't really do in a recorded session. And what I mean by that is, yes, you can record it and all that stuff, but if your voice is auto-tuned most of the time, or they digitally alter your voice in a recording, if you're an artist that they do that for, there's no way that this is going to be able to sound this crisp, this good, the way she did that. You have to think when you slide too, it's not just much like it is on guitar. When you're sliding like that, it's how long is the slide? Do you keep the tonality of your voice the entire time? When are you going louder? When are you going softer? How are you going to end the slide? Are you going to be louder on the end of the slide? Or are you going to be lighter on the end of the slide? So let's listen to that and see what she does.
Scream murder. So you can never hurt no one. Hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn.
I like the little drop at the end. Again, that's playing with feel. That's not the intended note for when she wrote the song. That's just her feeling the music. She kept the same tone. She kept the same vibrato in her voice almost that entire time. She has such good control of her voice. I want to hear this entire part again without me being an idiot and interrupting. So.
Never hurt no one. Hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn.
Oof. Oof.
Cut your fingers clean off.
Oh my God. There's so much. There's so much. So, when she did her slide, she stopped. She came right back to the same exact note she was at before. Let me show you what I'm trying to say.
Fury like a sky.
This note here, she comes right back to it when she resumes. This nice little head voice. And she's now doing the head voice with the raspiness, for lack of a better term. And then she does a growl in head voice, which is so difficult. I missed it. Fingers. I can't even do it, but she's in her head voice, which is already pretty difficult to do and keep your tone, keep your notes. And she's doing a growl. Like, this is insane. This is a master. The voice is an instrument. She's mastered her instrument, right? And I watched her interview with what's his name, Chris Lipe, and she essentially said, like, some of the stuff she doesn't know she's even doing. She trained her voice, but she doesn't know, like, the dynamics, what the names of that stuff is. She just does it, which is amazing. The amount of control she has over her voice is her. One more time, we're gonna listen to that whole thing. I could listen to it 100 times.
Scream murder, so you can never hurt no one. Hell hath no fury like a mad sky.
Every time. Run at the end. Back to the dark undertones. Oh, that growl.
So you can never hurt no one. And if I were you, I wouldn't wanna fall asleep. 'Cause karma's coming back for you. And she's in the shape of me. And if I were you,
I don't want to stop it because it's so good. I want to preface by saying this is not a knock on her at all, but it's to point out why feel is more important than technicality, in my opinion. This run that she does here, she doesn't hit every note perfect. She doesn't hit every note right where it's supposed to be on time. She hits notes that sound great, that show emotion, and I resonate with that much more than being super technical about it. Right there. Back into character. Oof.
I'm gonna
that vibrato and how it almost cuts off a little bit in her head voice. Oh my God, amazing. I'm gonna need a shower after this.
So keep them close to you. Put your keys in your knuckles like I have to.
That's it? No, I want an hour more of that. So oh my gosh. I know I was talking a lot over the song, so you're not gonna believe when I say I'm a little bit speechless, but how is somebody like this not a household name? It's criminal. I'm gonna take my headphones off. It's criminal how she is not a household name. It really, really is. The amount of control she has over her voice, the way she's able to go in and out of different tonations. She can sing really light and earthy, and then she can sing super low and deep and have this oomph and have grit and have growls, whether it's in her chest voice, her head voice. She can be so soft and tender at the very end of the song. She's barely letting air out of her voice, but she's still getting it out. All these things that kind of the general audience doesn't really notice. As a musician, you kind of see these intricate little technicalities that she's doing. And I know I said before, the technical stuff doesn't matter. Obviously it does. But what I'm saying is she is not being so technical that it's spiting her emotional performance. And that is important. That is why I love Chinchilla. This song is probably the best vocal performance that I've seen probably in my life. I'm trying to think like Whitney Houston's Star Spangled Banner, if that was when I was born or not, or if I was born yet for that or not. I think I was. That's pretty high up there. But this is very close. And honestly, I want to listen to this like 200 more times. That whole section of her belting and runs and all of that stuff is just incredible. I want to talk about real quick. I want to talk about the music and the vocal performance. I want to isolate her vocals a little bit. I want to talk about those runs. Okay. We're going to listen to just the vocals real quick. I wanted you to notice the reverb, right? So I know this is a live recording and all of that stuff, and we've talked about live recordings before, but the reverb is not a natural reverb, right? It's done at the mixer level, but it sounds great. It sounds fantastic. I want to go to the beginning of the song real quick and talk about the breathiness, because this is what kind of gives her unique style.
Now you're coming back for more.
There's a little bit of delay too.
But scars will never fade. So meet me 2 o'clock.
I mean, you hear the rasp in her voice. I've heard her in only a few songs, so I could be totally wrong here, but she didn't really have that rasp in Chalk Outline. She didn't really have that rasp in How to Be Me. I think that is a rasp that she's built through practice and through training her voice that she used for this song, which is just another incredible thing that she's able to do, right? She's able to train her voice to be able to create a rasp.
Goes clean off.
Clean off?
So you can never pull
That's
me.
the part where that's where she goes from her raspy whisper voice to straight up to her belting voice. It's not very loud belt, but it's still a belt.
Goes clean off, so you can never pull me down.
Down. So there's a different intonation that she uses again. Such control of her voice. So I want to do this whole entire slide section and then a little bit of the ending because I want to talk about it. At the very tail end there is where she loses her vibrato, which again is, I'd say it's accidental, but it's on purpose, obviously, because she did it, but it's accidental, right? This is all part of the artistic process the singer does, and her doing that whole very end, losing the vibrato effect is just an artistic touch. And the little slide down at the end. Obviously, probably was supposed to just keep that note steady, but she decided to, at the very last minute, to slide down. Another artistic touch. Sing with emotion. I love it. She has that break. Very staccato. I'm very bad at singing, but you get the point. He's very using staccato Again, very breathy, right?
Fingers
She had the little bit of growl there.
clean up, so you can never pull me down.
Oh my gosh, that those runs are crazy. A lot of people do runs where they're just going up and down, just in sequential notes. She's going all over the place.
Pull me down.
And then she goes into the different tonation of her voice right at the end. She's almost singing like this, the back of her throat. Really cool what she does with her voice.
Box them up, scream murder.
Woof. I did not hear it like that on the original recording. When she does that growl, the amount of tension, the amount of emotion in that growl.
So you can never hurt no one. And if I were you,
There you go.
murder. So you can never hurt no one. And if I were you, I wouldn't want to fall asleep.
Okay. So let's talk about the end of the song here, where she's very breathy, very little amount of breath coming out of her mouth. And it's her head voice, falsetto. Amazing. Let's talk about the piano real fast. It kind of ebbs and flows with her voice, but it's very good at the piano player is very good at making sure that her voice is the main focus, right? Well, we get to when she's very kind of quietly singing. I'll play them both for you guys. Kind of see.
One, I'll box them up,
And
scream murder.
listen to how the piano stops when she stops.
One, I'll box them up, scream murder. So you can never hurt no one.
And then as she goes into these crazy runs, now it's playing chords. It's picking up the intensity on the piano as well. Nice soft chords, and then it stops. Very soft, playing at the higher end of the piano, higher notes, like she's singing higher notes. Back to the chord playing. Really cool what she's able to do with her voice. It's a very simple song in terms of just her and a piano. But the things she's able to do with her voice, changing the tonation of her voice, allowing herself to get emotionally into the song. I didn't even talk about the lyrics. Obviously, it sounds like she's talking about not allowing somebody to hurt her or anybody else ever again. That's kind of the gist that I got of it. Honestly, I don't even care. All right, it's Future McFly here. I know in the video I said I don't even care about the lyrics, but after going in and editing this and realizing that how important these lyrics are, I do want to talk about them. I'm not going to replay the song because I played it enough, but so she starts out, probably saw me let go, panicked, and you said hello. Following the words you say, you know I'm not okay. This is talking to her abuser. I'm not going to assume any gender, but basically saying that saw her leave, basically panicked, seeing her, said hello. They know that she's not okay. Bled me till I ran cold. Now you're coming back for more. You know me, okay, but scars will never fade. Basically saying that he used her and abused her as much as he could, as much as he wanted to. And now he keeps coming back. He keeps trying to come back and do that. He's gonna come back and try and abuse her some more, knowing full well that she's gonna let him. And here's where where things turn, right? So meet me 2 o'clock, the same as always, favorite spot. So they're gonna meet at the same place they always meet, but now she's gonna cut their fingers off. So you can never pull me down. One by one, I'll box them up, scream murder. Now you can never hurt no one. This is my favorite part of the song, right? This is her breaking free from that abuse. This is her breaking free from that abusive relationship. She's talking about, like, I take this literal, to be honest with you. I know it's technically metaphorical, but like, I'm gonna cut your fingers off so you can't pull me down. Can't pull me down if you don't have fingers, and I'll box them up so you can never get them back. That way you can't hurt anyone else either. I think that's a very powerful line, and I think that's a good thing. That's why it's the chorus, right? She's asking, where'd your gun go, huh? Where's your gun? You don't have any fingers now. Where'd your gun go? And is it not so much fun anymore? Tell me, is the fun gone? Huh? Is it not fun anymore? You can't abuse me? Maybe I should shed a tear and feel bad for you, because that's how I used to be last year. So meet me late at night where no one hears us. I won't bite. Like that. And here's the best part of the song. And if I were you, I wouldn't want to fall asleep, because karma's coming back for you, and she's in the shape of me. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. She's saying karma is going to come and bite you real hard. And guess what? I'm going to be karma's vessel. I am here doing karma's bidding, and I'm going to teach you a lesson. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. I feel like a lot of men say that. And I actually went back and did reactions after I did my initial reaction to the song. And a lot of men were like, I'm scared of her, the way she's talking in this. And I don't understand that personally. Like, there's nothing wrong with a strong woman. In fact, women should be able to stick up for themselves and be strong-willed and strong-minded and independent, just like us men are, right? I feel like that's a attractive quality to me. My wife's very independent. My wife's very strong-willed. My wife's very mentally stable, mentally strong. She's stronger than me mentally. So I think that's an attractive quality. I think that's something that should be celebrated. But look, to each their own. Everybody has their own qualities that they find attractive. So I get it, but I think that's something that needs to be more mainstreamly accepted. But that's it. That's the gist of the whole thing. I think this song is very powerful. I know I was kind of taken aback by the vocal performance of her, which is unprecedented, unique, amazing, all that stuff I've already said. But I think it's important, the message of the song, basically fighting against your abuser, fighting to get free, to break free of your abuser. But not only that, to teach them a lesson, right? I feel like some people will say, well, that's petty, you don't need to do that, you've escaped. But I think I really do believe in an eye for an eye. I'm very old school like that. I'm not going to get into the huge politics of that, but I do think that people should reap what they sow, right? That if you're going to be this type of person, you are the scum of the earth. You should get what's coming to you. And like she said, karma's coming, and she's going to take karma's going to be her hand, basically. Karma's going to be the one that's going to help her cut those fingers off. So I wanted to make sure I put the breakdown of the lyrics in here too, because just listening to her voice was satisfying enough. I do want to say, and get serious for a second here. I mentioned that I don't understand why she is not in a household name. I have a daughter, and the only things that I want her to see, well, I won't say the only things. I definitely will show this to her. I show her music a lot. Her and I bond over music. It's my love. So of course I'm going to show her, but I want her to have strong female role models in her life. Now, there's a lot of people, probably also a little bit, that will see this, but that don't like strong female voices, strong female personalities. And Chinchilla is definitely one of those. And I commend her for it, man. Somebody who has control of their voice, somebody who can sing like this, it's very, 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 very seldom and very unique how she can sing. And I think this is the type of role model that should be in the forefront, that should be out there, that should be kind of the household name for girls to look up to. And I think it's a little bit sad that we don't have enough of those. A daughter really changed my perspective on life, and there's a lot of male role models out there, good and bad. There are a lot of female role models out there, but you know, a lot of them use their bodies, wear sexy lingerie, wear all these things that are in the mainstream. She doesn't do that. She comes out there, she wears crazy clothes. No offense to the outfit in this, but she wears crazy clothes, nothing too revealing. She's revealing her voice to us. She's showing us how powerful she is through her voice, through her songs. That is what I like to see. That is what I want my daughter to see. So this is super powerful. This is super amazing. This is going to be on repeat for a long time. And this is probably, I've said this a lot, but this is probably my favorite vocal performance by far out of anything that we've reviewed on the channel so far. So this was fantastic. I really enjoyed this. And I want more Chinchilla. Please, please, please go and like the video, her video, watch it for yourself. Analyze it for yourself. Subscribe to Chinchilla. Show her love. Anytime that she's releasing something, please get her numbers up there. We want her to be in the mainstream. We want her out there. So her and Ren, they need to be noticed. So I appreciate the love and support you guys have been showing me on the channel. Thank you so much. This was a fun time. Please make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I love all of you, and please do remember that good vibes are contagious.